Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for 2023. Well, the first reading. The first, not the only reading of 2023, but I'm reading this for Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Capricorn. Today is January 3rd of 2023. However, whenever you find yourself guided to this message or stumbling upon this message and the reading is resonating with you, the message is for you. They are timeless, so pay attention to what you're picking up. And if it's not resonating for you, maybe check with your moon or rising sign if you know them, or just keep it in your back pocket, because I tap into our blind spots and the subconscious a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times. And it may make more sense down the road if it's not making sense at the moment. So just a little tip. This is for Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Capricorn. So we're going to start off with an astrology card to see what the energy, underlying energy is of this reading. We have Yin, the feminine energy, not gender, energy. Intuitive, trusting, patient. Also linked to spirituality and receptivity. Beautiful. I'm feeling that, Capricorn. You're getting more in tune with your feminine energy, the right side of the brain, your feminine energy. Receptive, intuitive, nurturing, compassionate, patient, which is good because we need a nice balance between the masculine and feminine energy within all of us. But when we're not tapped fully into or trusting our feminine energy or our intuition, we're not receiving messages, we're not receiving life the way that it's meant to be. So let's dive a little deeper into this for you, Capricorn. Because the masculine side of the brain is the logical mind, practical, logical. And that can really throw us off path at times. A lot of the masculine mind, masculine energy is linked also to the conditioning that we were, social conditioning and your upbringing, programming. So anyway, let's get into it for Capricorn. The message for Capricorn. First card out, we have competition. I feel like you got this the last time, Capricorn. And whenever you find yourself competing with others, competing with life, this is the universe's way of showing you, hey, this is an energy that's active still within you. You may want to take a deeper look at. Intuition. Your intuition is peaking as well. With the feminine, the yin energy coming online very strongly for you, Capricorn. Integrity. And we have justice at the bottom. All right, beautiful. I'm already getting some messages here from this. Be mindful of the competition. I feel like you're starting to pick up or understand that. Honestly, even if you feel like you're competing with others or with life, you're really competing with yourself. You're competing with a shadow aspect of yourself that the universe is asking you to take a look at this. Where did this derive from? It's still active in you, and it keeps you defensive and on the defense. Thank you. And keeps you from being in alignment with your intuitive nature, with your feminine energy as well. And we don't always act out of integrity when we're competing. So this is an experience that you're going through right now. It's kind of a purification process that's going to bring a lot of balance and justice into your life. So let's keep going here for Capricorn. suddenly you realize, like, why am I competing? What am I competing for? It causes a lot of stress, and it takes the fun out of life. Some people do enjoy a fun, healthy, they call it healthy competition. I personally don't. I see it a little differently because we are all connected. We all are on a very intense and unique journey to self-awareness and enlightenment. And when we're competing against nature, ourselves, other people, life in general. That's just falling back into old patterns, and it can bring you really out of integrity. All right, so let's keep going. And you don't give yourself a chance to really learn what you're here to learn, and be fully aware of yourself, all of your parts, all of the aspects that make up who you are. And when we don't know ourselves fully, then we are subject to a lot of trickery, a lot of getting pulled into realms that we don't belong in or don't need to be in anymore. We have sacrifice. So that's a beautiful thing, Capricorn. It's below competition. I feel like this is a part of you that you are giving up, sacrificing. It could also have meant that you've sacrificed a lot in your life through this competing energy that has been alive within you. You've sacrificed your true nature. You see the rainbow here, your true connection to source energy, to infinite intelligence. But now that you're reconnecting with your feminine energy, that is not a competitive energy. Distorted feminine energy, now I'm kind of talking about gender, but not really, can be competitive because it's a fear-based thought process. If you look in the outside world and you see everybody competing against each other and who's best at this and who's best at that and this or that, you're just falling right back into the false matrix of a reality that's been created to keep us stuck and keep us in that pattern. I see that you're rising out of this. What else for Capricorn? A lot of times these traits, they're developed in childhood. If you grew up in a large family, sometimes, like I did, we compete for even food. Everything is a competition for the parents' attention and things like that. Or if your parents maybe put you into some kind of sport or competition there, then you're also competing for your parents' attention, but then others as well. And it just develops from there into something that's really out of alignment with your true nature. Now we have the waiting game underneath intuition. So something's going on with your intuitive senses right now. And I feel like you're waiting. You've been waiting for either something to make sense to you, something or someone to help you understand what's going on as far as intuitive senses go, or just waiting for something to change. The universe may also be messing with you a little bit here, because sometimes with our intuition, if we're not connected to and in alignment with our yin energy, our feminine energy, we can get pulled into rabbit holes of sorts that are linked to intuition in a way, but it becomes very distorted, and it is what's considered the 8th sphere or the 4th dimension, very trickery energy that is also linked to competition, and that I know it all kind of thing. It can really distort your path. But really what you're waiting on, for all intents and purposes, is always you, to come back into wholeness to you, to get to know all of your parts, all these parts that are reaching and grasping for whatever it is that pulls you out of your alignment. No one can save you from yourself, Capricorn. That's the one thing that you must always be aware of. But the universe always does send in assistance and help. When you're in alignment with your intuition, you can sense that. You will resonate with that. When you're in it with your logical mind, the logical mind's going to attach to something that the ego wants, which is more linked to control, power. We have shadow at the bottom here. Yeah, that's definitely a shadow aspect, what I was just talking about. All right. Okay, Capricorn. Well, something is changing here. Something is shifting. You are doing some shadow work right now, whether you're aware of it or not. The universe is bringing in, it could be in the form of other people, it could be in the form of other events or situations that are triggering the shadow within you to come alive. And you're actually witnessing it right now. Experiencing like a Jekyll and Hyde even within yourself. Integrity. Under integrity, we have deception and envy. So this is part of your shadow aspect that is coming alive and has been operating behind the scenes in your blind spot. And the universe wants you to be aware of this because you are out of alignment when you are playing a persona, when you're wearing a false mask. This is the ego protector that may have served its purpose through parts of your life to protect you from being hurt, being, whatever it is from other people. We put on this brave, strong, whatever type of persona, but it is a mask. It is deceiving. It's deceiving to others because there's also your organic true nature from the heart that emanates out of you. And so for people who can read your energy, it can be very deceptive because on the outside, there's this actor that's playing a part that brings you out of alignment and you're not acting out of integrity. This is also linked to the competition that I'm getting here in this card. But there is hope. There's hope. This is the energy of the star. So you're going through a healing process with this, and it does require that you drop the mask, that you drop the falseness, that you become transparent, authentic. This is the guiding light that is pulling you through the shadow work right now. Hope. So it's holding hope for a bright new future that is in alignment and that you are operating out of full integrity. The shadow work is below justice as well, so that once you're fully aware of all of the parts and your shadow, the parts of you that you don't always see, and sometimes you might be wondering, why do people respond to me a certain way? I don't understand. Well, you're confusing them. You're confusing them. You're allowing all your parts to come out, and you're not embodying or bringing them all back into wholeness. Because we have multiple parts. We have multiple personalities, multiple parts. Know yourself. Know all of your parts. Bring them back to wholeness within alignment and allow yourself to shine. Be transparent so that others can see truly into you. That's intimacy. That's having an intimate relationship with life, with others. It requires you to be vulnerable and transparent. So let's keep going here for Capricorn. I'm going to be reading from, this is a new deck that I got as a Christmas gift this year called the Cosmic Tarot. It's pretty cool. So let's dive a little deeper into this for you. And as painful and as confusing and as exhausting as some of the shadow work can be, it really truly brings you and your life back into balance. It will also bring a lot of justice, meaning that a lot of things will start to really make sense. And you can start the process of forgiveness of self and forgiveness of others. Because I'm getting that with the shadow, you're still carrying some bitterness, anger, jealousy, envy, and it's keeping this facade alive in you, even if you're aware of it. Because You can go in and out of consciousness with these shadow aspects of yourself. And when you're triggered into something that activates the shadow and the mask comes back on, you might not even be fully aware of it right away until you are, which you may have already experienced this a number of times. Judgment. Okay. I was feeling that. So you are actually becoming very well aware of your competitive streak. You're waking up. This is a wake-up call from the universe. See, these people, they're coming out of being buried in the underworld and chained. They're breaking the chains. The trumpets are, da, 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 time to wake up. Wake up call. No more playing underground. No more playing around with that in the shadow world. It's time to wake up. It's time to come to action. We can't keep waiting any longer, Capricorn. Life is passing you by, and you're also needed. We're all energetically needed to be whole in alignment with ourselves for what is to come in 2023. So that is important, to let go of the competition, release that completely. But first you have to acknowledge it and fully understand what even brought that part of you to life to begin with. We have the sun. Beautiful. Allow the energy of the sun, which has been very active lately, but allow the energy of the sun, also what lights you up, what brings you happiness, organic joy and happiness, and that childlike wonder of world, nature, into play. This is where your intuition is linked to. Stop waiting around for something or someone to activate. I'm also getting you may have been guided or directed into for some, it could be like you may have had influences from others that was linked to teaching you about your intuition, but it brought you into a rabbit hole of somewhere that you really lost yourself. Others, it could just be linked to the ego. Regardless, allow the sun energy. Follow the heart into what lights you up and brings you joy. That's where your intuition is going to be the strongest, where you're not playing a part, where you're not in the mind, especially in the left side of the brain. The sun energy is also your pure life force energy, your vitality. All right, we have the Prince of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom with integrity. So once you allow the star energy to show you all the masks, the false energy you have been playing in out of integrity, like not in alignment with true integrity. This is ego. This is the egoic pattern, shadow, linked to shadow. It takes a conscious move, pivot, shift. You have to first become aware and go through the healing and the purification process, which will then guide you to your next move, your next place, your next step. But the Prince of Wands, it takes the strength to tame the ego, the inner beast, and the awareness that I know nothing. I honestly know nothing other than what I'm sensing and feeling inside, and there is a universal life force that is guiding me, and it will show me and it will teach me through others. This is through resonance, not through the mind, not through the ego mind. Eight of Pentacles. You may no longer be so fixated on, we have the Two of Swords below that. Well, so you were on the fence for a while, Capricorn. On the fence for a while, maybe dipping yourself in and out of the realm of the organic matrix. And then going back into the false matrix, the man-made, created matrix. Eight of Pentacles. All in all, the energy is showing you that you can create a new life for yourself. Things that will be of benefit for you through your energy. It does require this healing. It also requires a conscious decision and choice to let go of the old ways, let go of judgment, let go of blame, let go of your own self-blame and shame and guilt as well. I'm going to dive in one more layer into this for you, Capricorn. It's getting quite intense all of a sudden here. You want to reconcile, I can't say that word right, with your shadow and embody the true. When you connect to your yin, when you connect to your true nature, not the ego, not what's been programmed and instilled in you. When you embody what is connected to the organic, divine matrix. When you're tapped into your yin energy, you'll no longer find yourself waiting for any kind of assistance or rescue here. It will bring a lot of balance and justice to yourself and to life. All right. So currently, you're experiencing some loss of connection. Not really sure what's going on. Not feeling sure about yourself, and sort of feeling left behind. That's sad. But that's where the energy of competition brings you. I see that with the Judgment, you have begun the process of letting go of playing that false matrix game, which is really energetically is playing with shadow aspects of you. You might not fully be aware of that yet. So there's a lot of sadness there. Like, why are people so mean to me? But be nice to yourself, first of all, Capricorn. It's an individual journey until we reach a level of alignment, embodiment, and really letting go of everything. And it has to be organically, because when you say, oh, let it all go, but it's still in there, like, the universe is going to keep bringing stuff to you to trigger you to say, hey, nope, it's still in there. So you may feel lonely right now. You may be feeling sad and defeated. But you may also be waiting around for rescue. Somebody, something. Come in, rescue me. Because I'm getting Dark Night of the Soul with the shadow work now. King of Swords, yeah. Another way to tap into your intuition, Capricorn, is to really get in touch with what has created the aspects of your shadow that weren't allowing you to trust or tap in fully to your intuitive senses. The King of Swords, and this is called the Tarot of the New Vision. So it's seeing the original Rider-Waite cards from the other side. So this is sort of like an afterthought. When you get to the other side, you're like, oh, I was there because I did that. Because it's all connected. Everything is connected. My eyes go right to this baby that's been left, that's been neglected or abandoned even. Childhood wounds. And then the swords, the King of Swords is kind of like, I don't want to say tyrant, but likes to be in control. And it's almost like mind control at that. So maybe you had a parent or someone in your life, influence in your life that instilled this in you. This King of Swords is actually like got the attention of both parents here, like telling them what to do, and they so jump to the King of Swords that they left their baby behind his chair, just unattended. Swords are also in the mind, so this is mind control. There's something really strong in you, Capricorn. It has to do with the mind. And maybe your mind had been somewhat controlled at a younger age. I mean, we all have. But it's left you not connected to your intuitive senses the way you should be and embodying them truly. You're aware of them with the sun. You may have been hiding the fact that you're aware of them. I'm getting very strongly to get in touch with your childhood traumas and wounds. These are parts that you might not see fully, but it's linked to competition, if that's helpful. Competition and intuition. What has brought you out of alignment with your organic, unique, true self? Three of Pentacles. And the Seven of Cups. So as far as integrity goes, once you connect fully to all of your parts, bring them all back to wholeness, embody all of your parts, shed all of the old, forgive, 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 forgive you, forgive others. It's all part of the game, and it's all part of the game to wake you up out of some really dark nastiness. And this is the card of the Trinity, working with the higher realms, the angelics, the infinite, the source of energy of infinite intelligence and creation itself. That's where integrity lies. That's where your intuitive senses are connected to. If your intuitive senses are connected to the brain and the ego, you use this tyrannical, I don't know if that's a word, and that's dangerous. There are people in this world that know their power and they use it for not so good things, not in alignment and integrity. Capricorn, I'm getting that you're not even allowed to fully go there, but I feel like maybe you had been, where like you recognize your power and the ego just took it over. Like, I want to make everything be the way I want it to be. And there's definitely been a lesson in that. So it's important to connect mind, body, spirit, connect to the Trinity and work with that energy. It's working with you right now. It's been working with you always, but when we're not paying attention to it, I feel like they're really waking you up right now. Your guides, your ancestors, everybody, all the spirits that are linked and around all the time, we just don't always see them, working with you. You can never hide anything. We hide things from ourselves more than we hide anything from anybody else. But if you're out of integrity, you're not being honest with others, you're not showing your true self, you're not being vulnerable or transparent. All in all, we have the Empress at the bottom. We're not quite at Empress energy yet. You're starting to connect to your feminine energy, your intuition, your receptivity. But there's choices, and you're being given these opportunities over and over and over again. And it's always a choice. You can choose from the head or you can choose from the heart. It is your choice, Capricorn. So I'm going to get one more message for you to wrap this up. And as an energetic exchange, if you don't mind, if you like this video, please click that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. That certainly helps get the messages out to more people who may need to hear the messages, as well as helping with the growth of this channel, which I am so grateful for. So, last message for you, Capricorn. reading from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. 2023, we are now in a universal number 7 year. We can't really hide from ourselves too much longer. All right, Capricorn, the message for you, I'm going to read it from the book, and number 32, we have quieting the mind. Life is chaotic, busy, loud, frenetic, and overwhelming. Some days, all that noise is like the roar of thunder echoing around you, and it feels as if you're being pummeled by a rainstorm. Isn't this why we take vacations, to get away to somewhere peaceful? In spite of the surrounding din of the world, today you need to slow down and find a bit of peace. So go ahead and take a deep breath right now. Make a commitment to be still, if only for 5 minutes. Count your breaths and be mindful of every one of them. Know that you have all the time in the world to do the things that need doing. Everything is perfect as it is. Our core beliefs about the world originate in our thoughts and feelings, which then become our perceptions. If our thoughts are all over the place, that is how we will experience the outer world. But what if the outer world didn't matter at all? What if at our center there were a place that is always calm, where the mind doesn't have a million things to say, where problems and challenges aren't nearly as important as we think they are? Today requires you to take an internal break and go to that silent space to regroup. Meditate on the stillness within. Choose a peaceful mind and nothing else. You will be amazed by how easily everything falls into place once you do. And that's really good advice, Capricorn, especially when you're doing shadow work, because we can get in the mind too much and it can really throw us in all different directions. And it's really important that you, when that happens, reel yourself back in by taking that breath and stilling the mind to see what it is that the energy, that universe, source energy is really bringing to you, to show you, to shed. So that's your message for this week, Capricorn. Sorry, it's pretty intense and deep, but a lot of good things to come out of this as well. Rebirth, basically. So I hope that this is helpful for you, and sending out so much love. Take care. Bye.